let's start with number 23. This is Understand Slope of the Line Student Guided Notes. The math you need to know. So these are the things you need to understand before we get going in our slopes as far as understanding those. So simplify. We've got 1 minus 4 over 8 minus 2. Please pause the video, attempt all these on your own, and then come back to see how you did. I just want to make sure that these are some understandings that you already need to have before we can start discussing the slope itself. All right. So 1 minus 4, if you just put it in your calculator, that's going to be negative 3 over 8 minus 2 is 6. Now, this reduces because 3 goes into 3 and 3 goes into 6. 3 goes into 3 one time. There's a negative here, so I'm going to divide this by 3, and that's going to give me negative 1. And I'm going to divide this one by 3, and it's going to give me 2. So it's simplified. It's negative 1/2. No decimals. I only want you to show me this. Put in 0 divided by 4 on your calculator. You're going to get that that is equal to 0. If instead you put 4 divided by 0, you're going to get an error or undefined. You can never divide by 0, but you can divide something into 0. 15 divided by negative 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. I'm going to do all of these. They're all 5, but then I want to talk about the signs. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. A negative divided by a positive is a negative. And you could put it in your calculator, 15 divided by negative 3, negative 15 divided by 3. Negative divided by negative is a positive, so those are your answers for those. All right, a geoboard is a board with a grid of pegs on it. Using rubber bands on a geoboard gives us a concrete way to model lines on a coordinate grid. If we stretch that rubber band between two pegs, we can discover how to find the slope of the line. So we've got the rubber band stretched between these 2 points. In order to find the slope of the line, we can measure the distance along the vertical and horizontal sides of a triangle. All they did was take the second line and move it up to here, so they can just find out where they are equal as far as where's the matching point, and that looks to be right about here. The vertical distance is called the rise. All right, so from this point right here, we rise up 2 by 2, and the horizontal distance is called the run. So it's rise over run. The slope of the line is the ratio, which is a fraction of the rise to the run. It's always referred to the letter M for the slope. So the slope of the line is rise over run. So from this point, we're rising up 2, and then we're running 1, 2, 3. So the slope is 2 is the rise, and then it's running 3. Now, one of the things you need to know is you always run to the right. You will never run to the left. Okay, let's keep going with this. So the rest of these on this one, I didn't create that triangle piece. So it says the rise measures the vertical change and the run measures the horizontal change between 2 points on the line. So what is the slope of each of the lines? Starting with this point, what is our rise? 1, 2, 3. And what is our run? From here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's our slope. I want you to do the same thing with the rest of these other 5. So your M is equal to what? Your rise to the run. And you always want to start with the point to the left. Okay, always start with your point to the left on these. We'll have further discussions once we get to something different. Pause the video, go do this, and then come back to see how you did. So from this point to get to this point, how high do we have to go? What's our rise? 1, 2, 3, 4. And our run is 1, 2, 3. For this one, we're rising to get to this point, 1, and we're running 1, 2, 3, 4. From this point, we're not rising up at all. We're having to go down to get to that next point. So we're having to go down 1. Our rise is actually negative, and then we're running 1, 2, 3. Okay, always start with this one. We're having to our rise is going to be going down, so it's going to be negative 1, 2. And then from here, we're running 1, 2, 3. Last, we start with this one. We're rising down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4. And then we're running 1, 2, 3. So we read a line from left to right just like we read words in English. As you read from left to right, the line is going up. It has a positive slope. If the line is going down, it has a negative slope. So let me show you what I'm referring to. This one, pretend like this is we're going to go get on a roller coaster, and we come along and we hit that point, and now we're going up. Well, that's positive. Same thing for this one. We're coming along, we hit that point, we're going up. That's positive. Let's look at this one. We're coming along, we hit that point, we're going down, so it's negative. Same thing for here. Coming along, hit that roller coaster, we're heading south, we're heading down, so therefore it is a negative slope. Okay? So if it is going in this direction, it is a positive slope. If it's going this direction, it's negative slope. It's always left to right. I always think of it as roller coaster. Roller coaster, hit that, going up, okay, it's a positive. Hit roller coaster, hit the point, going down, that's a negative slope. Use the geoboards to model a line with slopes indicated. Doesn't matter which point you start on. What matters is that you've got the slopes indicated. So I'm just going to randomly choose a point. This is going to be my A, my B, my C, and my D. So choosing a point, I'm going to go rise, positive 1, and then I'm always going to run 2 to the right. So I'm going to start right here is my first point. And from that point, I'm going to rise positive 1, and then I'm going to run 2 to my other point. So there is my line. Okay. For B, let's have you try this. Remember, you're going to start on the left, pick a point on the left. So right here works. So I'm going to choose this one. There's my first point. I'm going to rise 1, and then I'm going to run to the right, 1, 2, 3. And there's my line. You do these next two. They're negative, so you're going to have to choose a point a little higher. Okay, I would choose this point and maybe this point, and then go ahead and do these next two. So for C, I'm going to rise down 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to run to the right 2, 1, 2. So there is my other point. Oh, helps if I can draw a straight line. For this one, I'm going to rise down 1 because it is negative, and then I'm going to run to the right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and connect the dots. All right, using m is equal to rise over run, or slope is equal to rise over run, to find the slope of a line from its graph. Find the slope of the line for the graphs below. Locate 2 points on the line whose coordinates are integers. That means they're crossing the hash mark. So like here's a really good one right here. And this one looks good. That one looks like it would make sense. All right, found 2 points. On the left, sketch a right, I don't need to do a right triangle. Count the rise and run of the legs. Okay, so from here, remember you always go left to right. I'm going to rise up to where it's level with this point. So from -3, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my rise. And then my run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my slope is 4/5. Choose 2 points on here and then find your rise over your run. Again, left to right. So we need to find points that go through. This one looks like a good one. And, oh, this is a good one. All right, from these 2 points, see what your slope is. Pause the video and attempt this yourself. What's your rise? It takes me 2 rises to get to that same line that my next point's on. And then I have to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my slope. I would like for you to do this next one. Pause the video and attempt it and come back to see how you did. All right, I'm going to choose this as one of my points. And then, well, this one looks good. So I'm going to rise 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to run 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my slope. Let's do the same thing with these next two. Pause the video and attempt them yourself, again left to right. So my first one, I'm going to choose this guy, and the second one I will choose, this one looks good. So my slope is, from my left point, I'm going to have to rise down. So that means I'm going to be going negative. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from here, I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, this is correct. Negative 4, 6 is correct. But I also know that the number 2 will divide evenly into both of them. So I'm going to divide both of them by 2. 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So there is my slope for that one. Lastly, for E, choose 2 points and find your slope. Here's one good point, and I guess it's going to have to be this guy down here for a good integer. Alright, so what is that? Starting at negative 2, I'm going down 1, 2, 3, 4, so negative 4, and then I'm running 1, 2, 3. So there's your slope for that one. Find the slope of a horizontal and vertical lines. Do you remember what was special about horizontal and vertical lines? Their equations had just one variable. So a horizontal line, y is equal to b. The y coordinates are the same. To find the slope of the horizontal line, y is equal to 4. So there is y equal to 4. The slope of this line is always going to be 0. A horizontal line slope is always 0. Okay? To find the slope of the vertical line, well, you need to understand that vertical lines are always the x equals. In this case, x equals 3. So this one had no rise. So if you think of rise over run, it had no rise, but it had run. Well, you can have 0 in the numerator, not in the denominator. So your slope for a horizontal line is 0. For your vertical line, you've got rise, but you have no run. It's not going horizontal at all. So this is an undefined slope. Okay? Find the slope of each of the line. X equals 8 and y equals negative 5. Pause the video, attempt these two yourselves, and come back to see how you do. Okay, we have an x equals, which is a vertical line, so the slope is undefined. And for the y equals, that is a horizontal line, so the slope is 0. All right, that is it for this one. I'll see you in the next one.